Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for this is for quarter one of 2024. We're just going to jump right in here and I'm a Butterfinger today. It's also like almost the end of the retrograde, which is always the worst for me. So yeah, I'll just blame that. But we're going to just do a Celtic cross and see what is coming up for you between January and March of 2024. And that'll be that, Pisces. So you start off here in your current general energies. I'll show you in a minute with the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords, of course, is a card of like resting, relaxing, recovering, meditating, all that other stuff. And, I do feel like the end of the year was kind of slow for you, or, maybe you just feel like I feel like maybe December, of 2023 wasn't necessarily like terrible for you, but I feel like, maybe you feel like you wanted more. And I'm also going to pull Oracle cards, by the way, in these. So, that's what we're going to do. But I didn't plan this out very well. But anyway, I think the end of it was a little bit slow for you, wanting to accomplish more. And it looks like you are actually accomplishing more. You start off here with this retail card. It says, start a retail business selling a product or a service. Yes, amazing year for finances for you this year. So I would do whatever you can to improve your finances. Obviously, if you do nothing, nothing is going to happen. You have this undecided card that says, dealing with fluctuating goals and or income. It's important to stay informed on the shifts that are occurring. Yes. So I feel for a lot of you that you've been kind of like trying to improve your finances, or you've been trying to grow your finances in some way. And the Four of Swords is, again, that slowdown that I was talking about. I actually feel that your solution is right here, is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is your crossing energy, but the crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you. And the Knight of Pentacles says you have all the knowledge and wisdom you need to be very successful. And you just need to kind of like, you just need to tap into your abilities. You just need to tap into that kind of like side of yourself of knowing that you know that what you need to do. And it also says you have all the knowledge and wisdom, but you also just have to get started. As I always say to you, I've been saying this to you for like 2 years now, Pisces, that I know what your biggest challenge is. Your biggest challenge is that there is nothing that exists in the world where you can say, I can use this as a model. Like there is nothing that exists that you can compare what your plans are to. There's nothing that's going to say like, oh, Pisces, you're going to be successful doing X, Y, Z, because you are the one that has to do it. That's why there is no one else. So, I really feel that maybe kind of like the hesitations that are going on in your life are because what you're thinking about is really big. We're going to talk about that in the area of your thoughts. You have this Page of Swords. Page of Swords is kind of like looking at something. It's funny because you have this undecided card. It's like you're undecided. You're not sure where to go. The Page of Swords is looking over in this direction. The Page of Swords is also a card of curiosity, and so I always say that you need to follow your curiosity with the Page of Swords. I feel like you need to kind of like listen to your inner voice, or if you're becoming curious about something. You also have this. I guess this is how I'm going to do this. By the way, I just came up with a new spread in my head. There you go. But anyway, you have this Grand Symphony card and this Royal You card. Damn. The Grand Symphony card is you building something that is like a purpose, or building something that is really big in your life. And the Royal You card is like a glow up card. So, again, like I said, it is definitely your year, Pisces. I would be doing something big, or working on a big project, or, working on a big, big business, or it could even just be working on yourself. Again, you don't have to like work on anything, all that important. It could just be improving yourself, making yourself the best version of yourself, whatever that means, and just being the best at it, whatever it is, even if that's being lazy. It's like, be the best at being lazy, if that's what you're going to do, right? And, that's kind of like what I feel is going on here. You have, in the area of your foundation, you have the Two of Cups. I do feel that some of you could be attracting love. It's going to be someone who's very different than your usual type. I say this to you all the time, Pisces, as well. It comes up for you every single reading, so, that's probably why. But I feel for a lot of you that, that basically maybe you have a pattern of as far as the types of person that you choose. And it looks to me like you're attracting a different type of person, someone who changes your perspective. I kind of feel like this is someone who maybe challenges you in some way. Like we're talking about challenging you in a good way. It's like this person makes you, makes you think, or makes you look at things differently, or makes you, try to plan things out, or, whatever, I think that there's a difference here. It is almost making me uncomfortable, but I think that this is discomfort in a good way, as in, again, they cause you to step outside of a comfort zone. or something along those lines. I also think that, again, your foundation is your higher self. You are a Pisces. Literally, Two of Cups to me is you and your higher self. So whenever you feel lost or undecided, I feel you need to realize that you have all the answers. Your higher self has all the answers. You just need to tap in and listen. Even in the area of the energy that you're moving past, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is, of course, a card of independence and taking care of yourself. And so I feel like you are moving past this energy of like not having anyone to help you, basically. I also feel that, Nine of Pentacles is a really good card of gratitude and luxuries. So I feel that you are, practicing gratitude, or you are being grateful for the things that you have. And that's kind of like, I really don't feel much here. I also feel like your environment is changing. Nine of Pentacles is, to me, a card of your environment, but everything that's around you. Sometimes I feel Nine of Pentacles can say that you're moving, even though it's not, traditionally considered to be a moving card. But I really feel that a lot of you are changing your environment. You could be upgrading your environment, cleaning your house. It could be, anything. And I think that there will be a lot of benefits in doing that. This next section kind of represents the very near future. You have this card. It says, be careful who you take advice from. You also have this card that says, own your time and give it meaning. Don't let it pass you by. Yes, like I would not encourage you to be lazy. even though I just said, if you're going to be lazy, be the best at it, right? It's like time, I do feel, here's the thing though, is that, Saturn is in Pisces, and whenever you have Saturn in your sign, it's like you feel the pressure of time. You feel like, oh my God, I'm running out of time, or maybe you feel like there's too much time, or maybe you're like, I don't have enough time, whatever the case may be. So again, it makes sense to me that Pisces would be feeling the pressures of time right now. You might even be experiencing like time dilation. You might be thinking that certain things in your life just blast right by. Other things maybe you feel like are at a snail's pace, right? And so I feel that this is saying like become a master of your time. And do things that give you more time, or do things that cause you to focus, or whatever. Use a timer when you're working, and stuff like that, right? I think all that would make you a lot more successful right now. You have this Queen of Wands in the very near future, like meaning right now. Queen of Wands says you're very attractive at this time, so I would get out there if you're looking for love. Definitely a good year of love for you, Pisces. But you have to get attention. You could be attracting a Leo or just a fire sign in general. You've been getting a fire sign all of a sudden. And yeah, I mean, it's just something weird that I've noticed. It is weird. I do know a lot of Pisces that end up with fire signs for whatever reason. So I don't know, take it how it resonates, whatever. But definitely could be a fire sign coming in for you. I also feel you need to move towards the things that you're attracted to, because, and we're not talking about love here. If you have a desire, she has this sunflower right here. She's one thing I will say, let me back up here for a second, Pisces. One thing I will say is that she learns as she goes. She does not care how she accomplishes something. She just starts the journey. If there's something she needs to learn along the way, she figures it out. If there's a change she needs to make, she figures it out. So, again, there's a lot of stuff in this reading that's like saying you're about to build this grand symphony in your life, something amazing, which has been coming up for you a lot anyway. But again, it's going to require you to learn as you go, because you probably have nothing to compare yourself to over the next few months. You have the Six of Pentacles, literally probably your answer. the Six of Pentacles is the card of planting seeds. And I always say that with the Six of Pentacles, if you don't know what to do, try like something small, right? Try like one step. If it works, great, keep going. If it doesn't work, change and do something else. So Six of Pentacles is about kind of like planting seeds. I really feel you're very lucky financially. But again, you have to make yourself lucky. So, to me, luck is just preparation, plain and simple. And so I feel that a lot of people, again, we really have the power to change our luck right now, but it's going to come through preparation, which could be like educating yourself about whatever it is you do in your life. It could be, having more experiences, which I've been begging everyone in the collective to do just in general. It's like, we're not still in COVID times, right? We can go out of the house. We can go do things. We can go explore. We can go on new adventures and all sorts of stuff, right? And so, that's what I would say here is that, it's like time to explore. And when you explore, you give yourself more opportunity because you're getting out into the world. And I feel like that's what the Six of Pentacles is really talking about. In the area of the closest relationships, I feel like you're a ghost. You're being a typical Pisces. The moon, Pisces, is what I feel here. I don't know about you, Pisces, but like I have not done much socializing over this year, 2023, right? And so, I don't know, maybe that continues into the first quarter. It does actually look like a pretty social year for you in general. So it's like maybe when we get into quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, you're going to be more social. But I kind of feel this is a continuance of quarter of 2023, where maybe you're just more behind the scenes. I don't actually feel this is bad. I think you're probably processing information. I don't think you're totally ignoring people either. Of course, I would encourage you to get out of the house. Of course, that does not mean you should just not socialize, because I'm telling you this, right? I would make it a point to socialize actually, but I think you're fine. I don't really feel there's like anything, bad going on here or anything. I feel you're kind of crunching the numbers is what I'm getting. Like, I feel like you are, sometimes I think that also having Saturn in your sign, you're processing a lot of information, just, trying to figure things out, trying to figure out your life, what direction you want to go in. So it's like you're crunching all these numbers. I even see that in my head. It could be literally or figuratively. So it's like you need the time to process. I don't know about you, Pisces, but I need time to process things. So, it's probably what's going on here. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Hangman. It's kind of funny. You go from the Moon to the Hangman. It's like you go from the Moon trying to gather information to the Hangman, which is gaining a new perspective. He's hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom. It's almost as if the Moon is saying you've been looking for answers. And I feel like the Hangman is saying, okay, here are the answers. So wherever you have been looking for answers in your life, here, Pisces, it looks to me like you are getting the answers, which is great. Even in your outcome, you have the Temperance card. And, I feel like it's your time to shine, as I always say, Pisces, to you. You have that Royal You card, the Grand Symphony card. This is like really saying the universe is wanting to bless you. And not only that, this right here behind the Temperance Angel, this is the path to glory. And there's that glowing crown right there. And he's trying to turn water into wine. It's a card of alchemy, which says you have the power to change your situation. Hangman says you have the power to change your situation. With the Hangman, we change our situation by gaining a new perspective. With the Temperance card, it's more about like alchemy, turning one thing into another. Or it's like saying that, in every negative situation, you can always turn it into a positive, and vice versa as well. So definitely something to think about. But it's also kind of interesting that I'm also like getting that you are starting, like I feel like you're starting to believe. It's like that, in the movie The Matrix, where Neo starts to believe. It's almost like you're starting to believe that you have the power to turn situations around. It's almost like you are starting to see that like the things you do have an effect, and and maybe you're the one. It's kind of weird, like this message I'm getting here at the end, but it's like literally saying maybe you're the one the world should listen to. That's like what I'm hearing here. So it's like maybe you've always put other people's opinions or ideas in front of yours, and I feel like it's like maybe you're the most qualified person to to tell people like how to live or how to improve their life or whatever. I don't know, there's something there that's pretty deep. With the Four of Swords, we're going to clarify now with the this is a White Sage Tarot. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups. Yes, I understand this is Cancer, but I kind of feel like this is just your energy here, Pisces. Wouldn't also surprise me to see the King of Cups show up here, because it's giving me divine counterpart vibes the whole entire reading. But I really feel you need to follow your heart, because again, your heart, I've been saying this to you all year, 2020, all of 2023, but it's like, I know your heart is telling you to do something, but it probably doesn't make sense. It's like if you are thinking like, oh, I'm going to go get a job at SpaceX so I can go to Mars with Elon. It's like your brain is probably telling you that you're stupid and that you don't even know the first thing about space, right? And so Pisces has to tell that little voice to shut up, like whatever it's saying, right? So I feel like this is saying you need to take that risk to do what you want. Yeah, look, with the Page of Swords, whatever's going on in your head is going to change your life. whatever you are thinking in that brain of yours, Pisces, is going to is part of your destiny. The Wheel of Fortune is a change in your fortunes, a change in your destiny. Didn't I just say it's a very lucky year for you as well? I'm pretty sure I said that. There is clearly a lot of luck this year for you, Pisces, but I do think you have to create it. It's funny that it's coming up in your mind, in the area of your thoughts as well, because it's like whether you think you're lucky or not, then, that is the truth. And, I feel like you need to feel that you are lucky. I think you need to think it, but I also think you need to prepare and do things that will increase your luck. More opportunity, take advantage of opportunities, go have more experiences, learn as much as you can about your career or whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you want to take over the world with ants. It's like learn as much as you can about every single ant species that exists, and you will be successful. The Wheel of Fortune is like literally a card of your destiny. So, I think that this is saying like stop overthinking and start moving towards your destiny. With the Two of Cups, you have the Queen of Swords. I definitely feel like you see something very clearly. I also feel this is saying like don't doubt yourself in love. I get this feeling here that you've been hurt in the past, and I kind of feel like this is saying like don't allow past people to control your future love life. Like maybe you've been hurt or whatever, and I get this feeling. It's kind of weird how I see this showing up here, by the way, Pisces, because I kind of feel like you are meeting a person And, like I would just be, I feel like saying, don't scare this person away. I'm not saying you're going to or anything like that. But what I am saying is if you do this right here, Six of Pentacles, if you breadcrumb a person, I'm not saying you do this on purpose, but it's like sometimes we do this to protect ourselves, right? We don't invest at first, or we kind of make the person prove it themselves or whatever. I feel like that would scare a new person away, especially if this is a fire sign that you are attracted to, right? You have that Queen of Wands here. I feel like you'll be attracted to this person. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo, as well. So especially if it's Leo, I feel like you could scare this person away. And I feel like this is saying, like, you don't have to overgive. Definitely don't do that. Pisces gives enough, but just give, don't ignore the person. Don't, just make sure you're kind of providing some feedback. I feel like if this person feels like they're being left clueless, they are just going to leave. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Pentacles. It is weird that Nine of Pentacles is such a good card, but it is weird to me that it's showing up in the past. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. So there's some sort of change. It's almost like, because Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy, it's almost like you've built yourself up to a certain point with the Nine of Pentacles. Like maybe you have become very successful in business. Maybe you become very successful in relationships or something like that, right? Or it could just be your personal life. But it's like it's almost as if I see this reading as saying I think to people on the outside, right? It looks like you're quitting something, That's how I see it in my head. Like maybe you're about to reach the top of your career. And maybe people are like, what are you, nuts? Why are you leaving this career or whatever? But it's like what you are about to go and do is the thing that is actually going to get you up here, to Empress status. You have this Royal You card as well. I don't know. I hope that might only be for like one or two of you. But if you're thinking that you're about to like leave one thing and start something else, I think this is what you're supposed to be doing. And people might tell you you're crazy, but who cares? Look at this. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Knight of Cups. Definitely a Knight in Shining Armor here. I do feel like, again, this person has fire in their chart. I'll say that, at least. If they're not a fire sign. I do feel that it literally could be a Knight in Shining Armor, something you've been hoping for, something really good. I also feel that you need to start taking action towards a dream. I mean, Knight of Cups, he is standing in the desert, and there's water flowing in front of him. And I always say he needs to plant seeds in front of that water. Because even though he's in the desert, and it looks like there are no resources, if he plants seeds, they will grow. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, you're in this period of building. I think everybody is in this period of building something. I would be careful of anyone who does breadcrumb you. Like, it's definitely something I would pay attention to. I would make sure that you're, like, not over giving at this time as well. Like, let's say you get into a situation with a person where it's like you bring a lot to the table. Like, this could be in business or work. Maybe you bring a lot and they don't bring very much. It's like, make sure that you're not like, oh yeah, let's just do 50-50. It's like, no, if you are the one that brings, is going to be doing all the work or, has some sort of value, it's like, make sure, maybe you need to tell a person like, no, I'll do this for 70-30, or I'll do this for whatever. I get this feeling of kind of like needing to stick up for your value. It's like when you demand your value, you get it, right? And so I kind of feel that here. I'm even getting, Pisces, that like, I think some of you should raise your prices, and if you have a business in 2024, or you need to, it's almost like you need to demand something, not in a demanding way, but you just, I think that there are signals you can send to the universe that show that you're serious about your value. And, I think that's something that you need to do here is like raise your prices or, do whatever. It's not about greed. It's about like, what is your worth? With the Moon card, you have the Four Wands. Very interesting. You could be meeting a person you will get married to. I definitely feel that here. You've been getting weird love readings is what I would say, which I think is weird for you, Pisces. Like maybe your love life has been a mess. And, it looks to me like there's a very strong connection coming in for you if you want love. I also feel that there could be, there could just be something, this could be something that is setting you free. It's almost like, I would be careful of like people saying things to you. I have like such weird messages in this reading, Pisces. I have this like thing popping into my head, which I think is very Piscean, which is like people say things to you like, oh, go do this, but it's like for them, it's not for you. So I would make sure if people are asking you to do something, or if they're telling you to do something, or if they're guiding you to do something, make sure it's something you want this year. I think you need the whole entire year, not just this quarter, the whole entire year. I think you really need to check in with yourself and say, like, is this something that I want? Is this something that's going to be good for me, or is this something that's just going to make someone else comfortable? I think that the one thing that I'm getting here that's going to prevent your freedom is people saying like, oh, go do this, and then you literally become stuck to something. Like, a couple years ago, I'm sure you all remember, like I got an office, right? I had a studio and everything, but I didn't really want that, right? A bunch of people in my life at that time were like, you need an office, you need a studio. But that's not why I created this. I didn't create this to become some sort of like have a studio and like become a corporate chill, right? Or anything like that. So it's like I had a lot of resentment when after I got that studio, because it's like it's not what I wanted. Everybody kept telling me that it would be good for me, but it was bad for me. I was way less productive. I was getting way less done because I was resentful that I got trapped into doing it. And I don't blame any of those people. I could have stuck up for myself and said, no, I do not want this, right? I don't care what you want. It is not your life. Why don't you go focus on your own things, right? So again, that's like the type of thing that I'm getting here. But I think there could be a lot of little things where it's like people could be telling you like, oh, stop working on your business so much, go do this. Or people could be saying you're having too much fun. You need to stop having fun in life. But it's like, no, maybe you are here to have fun. Maybe you are here to enjoy yourself and all that other stuff. And they just don't like it because they can't do it, right? So I really feel this is saying it's time for you to stick up for yourself. What the hell does that have to do with the Four of Wands? I have no freaking clue, but I read intuitively. With the Hangman, yes, you have the star. You are going to be the star this year. I'm telling you right now. If you put in the work and if you go towards something that is bigger than you, if you're like starting a business or, working on new projects, whatever it is, if you are doing those things, you are going to be the star. Plain and simple. You are the star this year. With the Temperance card, you have the Ace of Swords. Damn. Definitely a big victory for you here, Pisces. I also want to pull two other cards. I'm going to use these because they were sitting there. These are these fortune cards. I can't remember what this deck is called, but they were sitting right there, and I've never used this deck before, so why not? But I want to pull two cards for the end. There you have this jealousy card. It says, are you kidding? It says, watch who you trust with your personal secrets and plans. Spend time outdoors in nature to reconnect and replenish. Yes, definitely. You also have this card that says difficult times. Be on guard against chaos and unforeseen perils or emotional upheaval. So again, I do feel we are entering into a time of chaos for sure until like 2033. I tell people you can be like Chicken Little. You can be screaming like a chicken with your head cut off and just like screaming that the sky is falling when it isn't, or you can build something new. Those are your choices. So there you go. But again, you are the star. We're going to pull 5 main themes. You have this control card. This is like the world card. Definitely some sort of victory and achievement coming in for you this year. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, by the way. You have this empathy card. I would be careful of people tugging on your heartstrings. Again, I get this story here for whatever reason of like people being like, I need you to do this for me to be okay. I would be like, too bad, so sad. I don't care what you need. It's like you need to make yourself okay. You need to make yourself feel good. Again, we can't control other people. There's nothing we can do for someone else to, help them or, whatever, really, when you boil it down. People have to save themselves, right? And so, again, of course, if someone's asking you for help, by all means, help them. That's not what I'm suggesting. But what I am suggesting is if someone is saying, like, I need you to do this for me to be okay, I feel like you need to have empathy for yourself. You need to stick up for yourself. That is manipulation, plain and simple. You have a submission card. You're much more, I think you're a prisoner of your mind right now, Pisces, and I feel like you need to realize that you're much more free than you realize. Again, this bird is in this cage, but this cage door is open. Could easily set himself free. I don't know. It's like I've been feeling it too. Part of me feels that after we get past this retrograde, today is the 29th. So we have a few more days of this retrograde, and it's like once we're past the retrograde, if you might be watching it be after the retrograde, so you might be starting to feel better. But we also have like Jupiter going direct, and all these other planets are going to be moving direct. Chiron went direct as well, so you know what I mean. It's like I kind of feel like you could be setting yourself free. You have this health card. Definitely a good year to watch your health. I said this to you. Saturn in your sign. Whenever you have Saturn in your sign, again, is that really health? But no. But according to Chris's crappy astrology here, absolutely. I think that when Saturn is in your sign, you have to be disciplined across the board. It doesn't matter. So it's like, I would definitely take care of yourself. And finally, you have this indecision card. You have this indecision card twice, basically. You have undecided and indecision. The universe is trying to guide you. There's this angel over here. And it's like the universe is trying to get you to tap in and listen to your inner voice. It's like, I think sometimes people think they don't know what they want, but they actually do. It's like you really do know what direction you want to move your life in. You really do know what you want to do, but maybe you're just like worried about what people think or whatever. So I think you need to start doing things for yourself. But all in all, I feel like this reading is saying you are the star, Pisces, especially especially if you kind of like listen to yourself. But it looks really good, really. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your quarter.